Howdy again. I want to talk a little about the DEI hiring process. I don't really understand the logic behind hiring somebody not based on their skill, but based on their appearance. It seems kind of a fool's errand, and it's very selective where they're applying that. I mean, I've never heard the uproar about there not being enough Oriental people playing in the NBA. I mean, they're kind of picking and choosing. And a lot of people are thinking the DEI under a different name is new, and it's not. And now with this situation going on with these two aircraft in the Potomac, in 1988, I took the test to be an air traffic controller. And when I went in, there was probably 25 people, and we were all, BSing amongst ourselves and talking. Everybody was laughing, getting along. And the test, which it may be totally different today, I don't know how, but you put on a headset. One of the tests, they had a headset, and it talked, and it said to write down what you hear in the left ear, and it was an electronic voice, and it was talking in the exact same tone, and it was just pulsating in your ears, which was really annoying. It wasn't based in the real world. It was like going boom, boom, boom. And you write down what's in your left ear, and then it would say, okay, now write down what's in your right ear. Same electronic voice, boom, boom, boom. And then there was a part where it said, you're going to listen to an actual air traffic control conversation, and we want you to remember what you hear about Delta 123 Heavy or something like that. You're listening to it. It says, you descend, 270, line up runway, 44, 42, whatever. And it was just talking, and you're listening to it. And at the end, it asked you questions about that flight. And then it asked you questions about other aircraft on the same radio call. And I'm like, and then I started thinking about it. And I do remember them saying basically the same thing to another aircraft. So they were giving two aircraft the same clearance to go to the same runway at the same time. And that's what they were seeing. Did you subconsciously pick that up? It was an interesting test. And at the end, they told us when the tests were over, they said, we're actually going to hire 4 people today, or bring 4 people in for training. We're like, cool. And they disappear, and we're all standing around talking. And then they come out and they put the results up on the wall. And I was number 2 on the list, my score. And I'm like, whoa, that's cool. And then they come out and they read off 4 names. And 4 people went back, and I wasn't one of them. And we're all kind of standing there looking at each other going, wait a minute. And I went over to the list, and I had a pen, and I said, well, this is me. Where are the rest of you? And they checked their names off. And the 4 people they checked off were not on the top half of the list. They were down towards the bottom. But, excuse me. I mean, to put it mildly, they didn't look like me. So they were already hiring people not based on their scores or their abilities to do that job. And that's a stressful job. But just basically the people they picked, we were looking at them walk by, and it's like, interesting. So they've been doing that for a long time. In air traffic control, the job is stressful enough that I think the retirement age is 54. They literally kick you out of the tower because you're running. And so that's been going on a while, I guess. And I've read that an air traffic controller can serve a 6 or 8 hour hitch. I don't know how long it's. I don't think it's super long. But during the course of their hitch of that day, they hold the lives of more people in their hands than a surgeon does during a career, which is truthful. And it's something else, but that's not the job you want to put somebody in that's not really qualified to be there. And I don't know if that had anything to do with what just happened, but that's not a precedent you want to set. That's not a good idea. Just my thoughts, coming from a pilot's den.